Oh, what a goal.
What an exhibition!
Yes, righty. Another good day for your boys, eh? 3-0 winners at Craven Cottage. What a performance.
I'm very happy with that, Jules, can't lie. You know,
I've never noticed.
No, well, the thing is that going into the game, of course, you're worried about what Fulham could do because they're in half-decent form, but they looked a bit tired today, I've got to say. But I thought the way we went about it was very professional, very efficient, and we were quite ruthless. We've taken our chances, so I'm pleased. Just another one out of the way, Jules. That's the main thing. It's another game out of the way.
Well, Ødegaard got the third goal for Arsenal, which sealed the points. That was in the first half. And Leandro Trossard got 3 assists, all of them coming in that first half as well. Let's hear from both the Arsenal players now.
Well done, Martin. Was that as straightforward as it looked in the end?
Yeah, I think we did really well from the start. We came out full gas, you know, and took control of the game and scored some good goals in the first half. So, yeah, I think we started the game strong, and after that we controlled most of the game, even though the second half was a bit different, but yeah, very, very good.
Leo, tell us, in all honesty, is it better to win that way or to win like you did last week?
I think both. Obviously, when you win, you're always happy, but I think...
A win is a win.
Yeah, but we knew it would be a tough game, and I think we did really well. Like Marta said, we scored 3 goals in the first half, and we kept a clean sheet today as well. So that's a perfect win for us, and we're really happy with it.
No goals for you personally today, but a hat-trick of assists. That's not a bad afternoon's work.
No, indeed, I'm really happy with it as well. And yeah, like I said, I always try to contribute in goals or assists and help the team going forward. And yeah, today it went my way, and yeah, I'm just really happy that we won and that we can go forward from this.
Martin, does that statistic about Leo underline what he's brought to the team in the last couple of months?
Yeah, I think he brought some amazing things to the team. You know, I love to play with him. He's always there to link up. You know, he always looks for the combinations. And yeah, when he's in the box, he's good to find the right pass, like he did today, and like he's done in the other games as well. So yeah, really happy to have him on the team.
I think we can call it a typical Ødegaard finish, can't we, for that third goal? Lovely finish. Did that feel like it set the seal on things at the time?
Yeah, it was a good ball from Leo again, and yeah, just over the head of the defender, and then kept the composure there and put it in the corners. It was a good one.
How big a boost was it for the players to see Gabriel Jesus back on a pitch again after all this time?
I think it's a massive boost. It's been out for a while now, and we know what he's going to give to the team again, and yeah, we're all excited to have him back, so very, very happy for him and for the team.
Leo, 5 points clear, 11 games to go. How does that sound?
How does that sound? Yeah, same as last week. Yeah, it's 11 finals for us. We take game by game. Like I said, we have done really well last week to come back from a difficult position. Today we did it different, and it's all about also keeping clean sheets as well, I think. Today we did a great game, but if you keep the 0, you only need to score 1. Today it was 3, but yeah, we're really happy with it. And like I said, we take game by game and moving forward.
Still a way to go, Martin, but what sense do the players have that you really are entering the business end of the season now?
No, it's the same focus, you know. We've said it the whole season. We take it game by game. We focus on the next game, the next training session, and that's all. Nothing's changed because we come to the end of the season. So we're just going to do the same things, keep working hard, and then we'll see where it takes us.
Well, great result today, Leo. For your hat-trick of assists, you are the player of the match. Martin, would you do the honours for us, please? Well done, guys.
Thank you.
All smiles all round from those two, and it seems as though Martin Ødegaard and Ian Wright are singing off the same hymn sheet. You said exactly the same thing there. Yeah?
Yeah, he did. Because I think that because it is a young squad, Mikel's got them really focused, and they know you can't look further than the next game. Just win the next game. And because they're playing at a consistent level of what they're doing, you don't have to do much. You just got to keep doing what you're doing.
He was listening to you before the game. Just copied you word for word.
I think that's what's happening. There must
be. Maybe you know what you're talking about?
Whichever one you want. But as long as they win, whichever one it is.
Well, it was man of the match for Leandro Trossard, who had an excellent performance today. Would you say that's the best you've seen him in an Arsenal shirt?
Well, to be honest, since he's come to Jules, he's contributed right from the off. You know, his first game, but this was a second goal, and again, you know, with Tete, he's done pretty well this season up to this point. You know, he's playing very well, but like they just couldn't get near him in his movement, whether he came in from the left, whether he came from the centre. his touch. You know, Xhaka should have done a lot better with that. Should have been a goal. But like, he's somebody again, like, he can get himself in this position and not panic. Calm. Unfortunate not to hit the target with that one. But like, you know, when you consider the signings we were trying to make and we ended up getting someone like Trossard, it's a blessing because, like I say, he's come into the team and he's hit the ground running.
Is it impressive how seamlessly he's fit in so quickly?
Well, I suppose when you get a player of that calibre who's a very, very good player, you come in and he's just, the reason why he's hit the ground running is because he's up to speed with the Premier League. He's played at most of the guys, he's played against the players. He knows exactly what is needed from him. And so to get a signing like that who can come in and is just up to speed, it's invaluable to us. And so he's showing that since he's been there from the first game to now, he's been an unbelievable addition to this squad.
The win and going back 5 points clear at the top of the table wasn't the only positive for Arsenal today. Gabriel Jesus returns to the pitch for Arsenal. His first appearance since he picked up that injury in the World Cup. Righty, delighted to see him back.
I was, Jules, and I was hoping that he could have just stayed on his feet a bit. Like, I'm with Al there. When this is coming across to his left foot, there's so much goal over there. Once he plays it now, bam, just put it round it. The goalkeeper's trying to make his angle. You can see it there, just come onto it with your left foot and curl it into that corner. I thought that he would have done that. It was all desperate for him to score as Arsenal people because it does make a massive difference when you've been on when you've been on the treatment table for that long. You come off the bench, you score a goal. It just gives you that feeling again. You know, I was hoping that he could have got that.
Almost the perfect return.
Nearly. The result was perfect. Him getting on for 15 minutes or so was perfect. And you can imagine what it would have done to him, all that hard work in the gym on your own, looking at all the players going out every day to training, and all that hard work would have been all worthwhile. I know he'll be feeling good because he's back on the football pitch and the atmosphere, and you get that great feeling again. But it would have been perfect if he had saw the ball hit the back of the net. Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you who must be feeling good. The Arsenal manager, the great Mikel Arteta, as I've been told to call him from Righty now. Let's hear from him now.
Kel, 3 more points on the board. How good an afternoon's work is this?
I'm really happy with the performance, obviously winning 3-0 away from home, keeping the clean sheet, and with the chances and the goals that we scored, I think, big compliment to the team because we deserve to win. We played really well.
We'll come to the clean sheet in a moment, but those 2 goals in the first 25 minutes really set the tone, didn't they? No more than you deserved.
Yes, and we got a goal disallowed, and psychologically you have to overcome that. We kept trying, we kept playing, we find the right spaces against a really well-organised team, and overall, really happy.
Saliba was on target for you in the week in Europe. Today, the other centre-half gets a goal. How much of a boost is that?
Great. I think the way we are distributing the goals is really important in the team. Today, Leo contributed with 3 assists, and he could have scored 2 at least as well. So it's good that everybody is willing, has got the capacity to arrive in the final thirds and create or score goals.
It's been a great day for Arsenal, a 5-star performance, 5 victories in a row in the Premier League, 5 points clear at the top of the table after beating Fulham by 3 goals. What pleased you the most about the performance from Arsenal today, then?
Well, like we say, it's you know, you're not looking for performances that's like blasting teams off the pitch like they did today, but you just want to see that everybody's still doing the same thing in respects of how they want to play out from the back, people making movement, being available for the passes, and then when they do getting the opportunities, they're really punishing teams. So the main thing for Arsenal, I believe, right now is to carry on doing what they're doing. Don't change anything. Everybody's coming in, they're fitting into what you're doing because it's working up to this point.
Fulham, obviously, without Polinia today, still suspended. No Willian either because of a minor back injury. So they weren't at their strongest, but were you disappointed with them today?
Yeah, they were really poor. They didn't really show up today. As soon as that first goal went in, you think, OK, what have you got? And they didn't offer anything, to be honest. I know Arsenal were brilliant and they were at it and they closed them down. Didn't let Fulham play at all. But I was expecting more from Fulham with what they're doing this season, the form that they're in, the confidence, particularly at home. No, as you said, no Willian, no Polinia. Having said all that, they were poor. They didn't even give themselves a chance to play themselves into the game.
OK, well, the first 3 matches of the day are done and dusted. This is how the results look. And, of course, it was that 3-0 victory for Arsenal at Craven Cottage, their 5th victory in a row. to the visitors there at Fulham. And for Manchester United against Southampton, it ended a goalless draw, but Manchester United had to play with 10 men on the pitch after Casemiro was sent off around the 30-minute mark. He got a straight red card. That means he's going to miss 4 domestic games for Manchester United, and he's been such a key player for them. Southampton take a really good away point at Old Trafford, but they still remain bottom of the table. And the game at the London Stadium also just finishing up as well. West Ham won, Aston Villa won. Ollie Watkins opening the scoring before a Ben Rama penalty for the equaliser for the Hammers. So taking a look at the table, it means Southampton do still stay bottom on 22 points. West Ham have got themselves out of the bottom 3, but only on goal difference. Bournemouth's victory against Liverpool yesterday took them out of the bottom 3. They've dropped back in it because of that worse goal difference to West Ham. And Aston Villa stay in 11th place. At the top of the table, Fulham 8th place in the table on 39 points, equal with Brighton, both chasing a European place. Newcastle are about to get underway at 4:30 UK time. They're in 6th. And Manchester United remain 3rd on 50 points. They're 11 points behind their rivals Manchester City. And look at that for Arsenal. They stay top of the table. They've extended their lead back to 5 points at the top. Wow, what a breathless first half of Premier League action. Let's start at Craven Cottage, where Arsenal have been electric. They're 3-0 up against Fulham. Wrighty's buzzing, but Alan thinks the first goal shouldn't have stood.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to protect the goalkeeper here, because Leno can't come for that ball because Ben Wright is blocking him. And by the time he stops blocking him, the ball is actually in the 6-yard box. So he's made his mind up. He still can't come. Look, the ball is almost on the 6-yard box there. By the time Ben White leaves him, he can't then come and punch for the ball. I know he doesn't there, but he's forced into the position that he can't come for it because of the blocking there. Having said all that, Arsenal should be 5 or 6 up. They've been fantastic.
You know the thing with that as well, Al, is that you've got to as well understand as well, Jules, is that how much they know Leno, and he's one of his. I think one of his weaknesses for us was not coming. So what's happened is that he's kind of impeded him there. I can't lie about that. I can't say that. But they know that once the ball's in a good area, he's not coming any further than that. So I think that they've used their knowledge of Bernd Leno well, because Ben White's not actually holding him. He's impeding him, but he's leaving him. But now they know that he's not coming. We've seen this so many times at Arsenal. He does not come.
The referee's obviously deemed that there's enough time for him to still do something about that, which is why it's not disallowed.
He must be blooming quick if he thinks there's enough time for him to come and punch it from that angle.
Well, the second goal, no doubt about this one. It comes from Gabriel Martinelli.
Yes.
But what pleased you the most about this? Was it because it came from playing out from the back?
Absolutely, yeah. It's what we talked about at the start, Jules, and our Arsenal. If given time, and if you're not going to close them down, they're not just getting the ball to play possession football. They're actually getting the ball to try and make chances, and that's what they've done with this one. When you look at it from here, you look how far back Willian is. He's got William Saliba is. He's got 6 players, none of them really doing anything. You've got two players here, and Mikel Arteta with his arms up because he knows how much of an opportunity this is. Look at the space that Xhaka's in, and now Fulham are in all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems, but I think, like you think, Al, as well, the fullbacks, both of them don't cover themselves in glory. Yeah. You look at Tete here, he doesn't get close enough. And then when you look at Robinson at the back post, he does nothing. Yeah. You see Martinelli going into the box there, Jules, unopposed, all the way in, and that, for a challenge from a defender, a fullback is poor. Yeah. They've been terrible. I think Fulham have been terrible. Yeah.
They've been excellent down the left-hand side, Arsenal. All 3 goals have come from crosses from Leandro Trossard down the left-hand side. Again, here for Ødegaard for the 3rd.
Yeah, he's causing chaos down the left-hand side. In fact, Arsenal are causing chaos all over the pitch. Robinson, again, doesn't get the flight of the ball. And you can see how calm Ødegaard is there. There's no panic at all. No, there's just everything about him's quality and class. The way he handles himself, the position he puts himself in, the touch. Then the other touch to set himself up. Yeah. And once he's in the middle of the goal there's no way he's missing. But again, Robinson doesn't get the flight of the ball over his head. Thank you very much. He's in control. Game over.
It's the first time Arsenal have scored 3 first-half goals this season. Well, when you hear the crowd like that at the Emirates, it's no surprise that it's given this team so much confidence and so much belief this season. And just another look at the team today, you can see that Leandro Trossard has passed a fitness test and starts down the middle once again for Arsenal alongside Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. Granit Xhaka, one of the players that comes into the team today, along with Ben White and Martin Ødegaard, has recovered from illness. He is also back in the side alongside Thomas Partey as well. But on the bench, this is the big news for Arsenal today. Gabriel Jesus, who was top scorer before his injury, scored 5 goals and got 5 assists in 14 matches before he picked up that injury at the World Cup, Wrighty. And he's back on the bench today. It's a huge boost.
Massive boost. We were saying it earlier. It's like now, with the team getting themselves still in contention, at this stage of the season, everybody's talking about what's going to happen with Jesus if Jesus gets injured, and we're still amongst it, and now he's back. Not only have we been able to give him the time to get himself right to come back so as he can definitely make a contribution towards the end of the season when we need him the most, but it's given the team a massive amount of confidence knowing that he's on the bench, and if it's starting to go wrong, and you see with the stats there, the goals, but the assists as well, he brings so much to the team, so everybody's delighted that he's back.
I think for him personally as well. I mean, we've both been there with long-term injuries, and it's to have an injury is tough because you're in the gym on your own with a physio every day, and it becomes so
Seeing the lads going out
monotonous, and
to
the lads are out
training,
training, and you're sat there with a machine on your leg or whatever it is, and you can't do anything. And when you're missing something that you love is really difficult. We all love playing football. We all love playing the matches. And when Arsenal are flying high like they are, you can imagine how painful it's been for him mentally to sit there and watch and have to go through all of that. So for him personally to be back in contention, it would have started a few weeks ago. As soon as you get out onto the grass and getting that ball kicking again, the feel-good factor for him will be amazing now.
Seeing the team play so well, though, and seeing them continue to win and stay at the top of the table, Wrighty, will that have encouraged him even more just to try and get back out on the pitch as soon as possible?
Well, what you're hoping in that respect, Jules, is that he's not going to rush, because I would probably feel exactly the same. You want to be out there and you want to be involved in it. You don't want to miss moments like we saw the other week against Bournemouth. You want to be on there making a contribution to what's going on. So I think it would have been more of a problem to try to keep him calm so as he's not rushed back, because he is so important to what Arsenal want to do. And you want to make sure that when he does come back now, it's not going to break down again, because it can be very easy for the player himself, if he doesn't manage himself, to say, no, I'm ready, and then he may break down. So I'm pleased with the way that's been managed, and hopefully he'll come in and he'll be able to finish the season strong for us.
In a title-winning season, though, Shearer, you'll know this obviously from when you were in it. Is it when the stars align, things happen at the right time? You know, Eddie Nketiah's just picked up an injury. Gabriel Jesus returns. It all seems to...
I don't care who you are, what size football club, how much ability you have, what experience you've had. If you're going to be successful and win a trophy or win a Premier League, at times you have to have a little bit of luck. There's no doubt about that. I don't care who you are. And Arsenal might have had their little bit of luck in the last couple of games, whether that was Villa, whether that was at Bournemouth. But yeah, without doubt, that plays a huge part. But that doesn't take away that you've had all the luck in the world, you don't deserve to be there. Arsenal do. Without a doubt, they've played some exceptional football. And I said it before, you have to find a way of winning a football match. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter whether you're lucky, it doesn't matter what minute it is in the game, whether it's the last kick of the game, just find a way to win the match. And Arsenal have done that in the last couple of games. So you can imagine the belief and the confidence that will also give the squad.
The thing is that you create your own luck. If you're going to sit back and think, oh, it's not happening for us, and stop doing the things that got you to where you are, you won't get the luck. You know, if Arsenal weren't really pushing that game against Villa, you know what I mean? They may not have got themselves in a position where Jorginho hits the crossbar, it comes off the goalkeeper's head and goes in. You don't get that luck. And the same with Bournemouth. Maybe Bournemouth scoring early like they did, you know what I mean? It pushed them on to then make them have to go for that game. That's what you have to do. Things change, but you've got to still got to believe in what you're doing and go for it. That's all Arsenal can do now, because City are coming.